second down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a third. The last time these two teams met back in February. What kind of chances do you give them of going back-to-back? You know, it hasn't been done since the Super Bowls in 2004 and 2005.
But when you analyze this team, you start with the front office.
And they're going to fake it. And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw-off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the... They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And it's caught, and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Demarcus Robinson from 6 yards away. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, Charles, there's something that the Chiefs did not do at all in Super Bowl 55, and that's find the end zone, but they're in for 6 here.
Yeah, they could only come up with 3 field goals in that game. A huge surprise to just about everybody out there. But in this one, on the board early compared to the last time they played against this team.
Harrison Bunker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, of course, the 2020 season, a memorable one for this Tampa Bay franchise. They make the big move. They go out, they get Tom Brady, and you thought, okay, maybe that makes them contenders. Well, they qualify as a wild card, get in the playoffs. They have to win 3 games on the road to get to the Super Bowl, and sure enough, they do just that.
And boy, were they rewarded by winning the...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Steps away. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back on 2nd down. Talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you look ahead to this upcoming 2021 season, KC going to be trying to get back to the Super Bowl for a 3rd consecutive season. And that doesn't happen very often, and as I've often heard you say, CD, for good reason.
And you're exactly right about that, partner, because you think about all the things that have to go right. You have to win a lot of close games. You got to dodge the injury bug. Hope there's not another dominant team in your conference that you have to go up against. But working in their favor, they've got one of the best guys on the sidelines, their head coach, Andy Reid. And you've still got that guy wearing number 15, who in theory is just now coming into his prime.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jason Pierre-Paul able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And this is reminiscent, Charles, of what we saw back in February. The Buccaneer pass rush creating problems for Mahomes.
And you think about how often he was on the run in that game. All the yards that he used up trying to get away from people. If he could have just gone downfield, he probably would have had 200 yards rushing in that game. They did sack him 3 times, forced him into 2 interceptions. The pressure was relentless. This is a really tough unit to move the ball against.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the path to the QB there. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now a first down carry by Jones. Fights off the defender. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Brady. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Keep an eye on which team has momentum. Factor, find detail.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, baby. First down.
Brady now on first down. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Extra point put through by Succop, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, 31 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And that that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in field goal range. Powering his way forward. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Bucs. And it's been their quarterback who, not surprisingly, has led the way. But what is surprising is just how effective he's been on the ground, as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we move from...
You can adjust your game plan at halftime based on team tendencies in the first half.
Scrambling numbers to rushing numbers as a whole. And they have to be happy with what they've seen so far, as they've got the lead here at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded right at the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down. Mahomes now to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. And this Bucs defense, you remember, pretty stout last year, the number 6 overall unit in the NFL.